Wait. Hello, I'm Nancy. Welcome to Mindful Yoga. Today we're having an Earth Day celebration. So we're staying close to the earth bodily, although we're also just letting go in our bodies, particularly in the first part of the practice, so that we can know that we are this matter that the earth is and come down into our own bodies, come down into the matter of molecules and atoms and tissues that are so much part of the whole world of the earth and all the co-creation of the earth with trees and clouds and rain and so on. Welcome, Kathy. Let's have a seat. No, we're going to stand. That's right. Please come to a standing position. And feet are a little wider than hip width apart. Begin to pour your weight over into one foot and just pause there for a moment. Feel the weight coming straight down onto that heel and across to the big toe. And feel the emptiness in the other leg hanging down from shoulder through hip and down through the foot. And then coming over to the other side, pausing for a moment. Feeling the weight, feeling the emptiness of the other side. Then at your own pace, going back and forth. Feeling the looseness of the neck, the head bobbleacious, the shoulders heavy, fingertips weighting down towards the earth, the softness coming down through organs into the belly and down through legs into the soft bottoms of the feet. Perhaps feeling the feet as if they were sinking down a bit into the yoga mat, into sand, into mud, connecting with the earth. Then bringing the weight into one side, turn the knee of the other leg in and lift the heel, and then coming back the opposite way. So the groin is turning in, the qua, as they say in qigong, is turning in. And as you turn the body like a cylinder, the arms start to just naturally swing a little bit. No effort there, just let them swing with the momentum of the body. Allowing this movement to invite the body to let go. Head, heart, down into belly, into feet, into earth. Then bringing one hand or soft fist up to the eye of the shoulder. Then to the sides of the ribs. Allowing that tapping to penetrate through skin into tissues, perhaps even towards the bone, into the marrow, and down to the side of the waist. And coming up to the breastbone. I find I can let it penetrate a little bit more here, like you're ringing a gong. And then coming down to the solar plexus, a little softer. The soft underbelly of us. And then the belly button. And the lower abdomen. And then front of waist and back of waist around the kidney area. And front of lower abdomen and the sacrum. Slowly unwinding, coming to a pause, feeling the tingling the alive awakening of the body. Then bringing the feet under the hips, bend the knees, arms come back, and then up in front of the chest, stretching out through knuckles, through palms, using that great sensitivity of all the nerves in the hands to bring sensitivity up through wrists, forearms, up through elbows, the shoulders as the arms rise further. Finding your own pace. Feeling the opening through chest and down through ribs, into the pelvic floor, down through the toes, feet. Connection from the fingers up towards the sky and the feet and toes down towards the earth. Connecting the up and the down of our bodies, the up and the down as we stand here on earth, reaching up and surrendering down. And heels might come up a little bit as you come up, and let them kind of bounce down in a little heel stomp, connecting with the earth. 2 more. And slowly letting yourself come back. Taking a moment to just shake a little bit. Shaking the body up and down. Plugging the feet into the earth. Relaxing through the eyes, the nose and the cheeks, through the neck, down through the spine. Just a gentle shaking. And then coming to a pause, crossing the arms in front of you and stomping down with one foot as the arms come down. Cross, lift, and stomp down. Connecting with the earth, using that weight of connection with the earth to strengthen our bones. For 3, 2, and 1. Then bring the feet wider apart, hands come to the hip creases, hips begin to make a circle, perhaps small at first. Using this as a kind of self-diagnosis. How does this feel? Where am I feeling what around this circle? Just getting to know the body a little bit better. Maybe making those circles a little bit bigger. Maybe pausing at any one place or just taking note. What's the condition without judgment? And then coming around the opposite way with a small circle. And the larger circle. Then sliding the hands down the thighs, feet come a little wider apart, hands are on the thighs just above the knees, and skate back and forth, stretching through the thighs, bending one knee and then the other. Imagining a natural curved line from the sacrum up through the neck, kind of diagonal, but a little low. And then coming through stillness, keep the hands on the knees. Feet might come a little bit closer together here. And we're going to bring shoulder to opposite knee. And then the other one. Remember, this one is always a good one to do when you get up in the morning. Get the spine moving, a little spiraling. Then coming back through center, we'll do a cat-cow. So stretching from pubic bone up through collarbone And then lifting up through the muscles on the sides of the waist. Opening the spine in the front, opening the spine in the back. We each have our places that get a little sore. I feel one of mine in this one. And come back through center. Bring one hand down to the opposite knee or outside of the shin calf and open up with the arm on that side, and then come across to the other side and open up. Back and forth. One more time. Then bringing the hands down and walking them forward. So hands are out in front, making a line up through the arms, back through the body to the hips. Feet are wide, maybe a little pigeon-toed. I press my feet outwards a little bit on this as they grip the floor, and stretch back from hands up through hips. A wide-legged downward dog. And knees can be soft here. Anytime we do a downward dog, knees can be soft. Long through the spine. And then walking back. Hands down, knees bent. Bring the feet under the hips. Then dangle for a minute, letting the hands come down just as they will. Hips are high. Feel relaxation, a little stretching through the lower lumbar spine area. And then bring the hands up to the shin, press into the shins, and become long up through the spine. From sacrum all the way up through the back of the neck, a little tuck in the chin. Bend the knees, belly comes down on the thighs, arms come wide, reach up. Inhale, up and forward fold. Dangle for a moment, hips high, knees soft. Hands to the shins, press into the shins, long through the spine. Belly comes down to thighs, arms wide, gaze forward as you rise up. Then keeping the arms out, feel that reach from the center of the chest, out through shoulders, elbows, out through fingers, and then turning in a thoracic twist. So most of the movement here is in the mid-spine, the thoracic spine, from the waist up. Then increase it a little bit as one hand comes up and the other one comes back around the back of the waist or around the hips and come through the arms wide position and back up and around, increasing the twist a bit. Keep the glutes engaged here. So the body has an anchor. Of course, the feet are an anchor, but actually if the glutes are well engaged, you can wiggle your toes a little bit. And one more time, and come down. Coming into mountain pose. Once again, plugging into earth. Feeling the bobolaciousness of the neck and head. Relaxing down through shoulders, fingertips, belly, and down into the feet. Then a little bend in the knees, leading with the wrists. Fingers are drooping down, elbows sink down, arms rise out in front of you. And then as you straighten, elbows sink down and the wrists lead the way back towards the chest, and then the wrists lead the way down. So bending knees, rising up, elbows and fingers loose and down, and then straightening, wrists come back, and wrists lead the way down. It's called raising the power. 2 more times. Nice calming power that we're raising. Then bring the weight onto the left foot and turn the right foot so that it is perpendicular. Keep the weight on the left foot. Then shift the weight into the right foot and turn on the toe of the left foot as you turn towards the side where your toes of the right foot are pointing. Bring the arms out straight in front of you and come back on the back foot to the front foot, shifting the weight back and forth. Then bring the weight on both feet, little space between the feet, horizontally speaking, and vertically, and then open the arms into peaceful warrior. Palms are forward, heart is open, shoulder blades squeezing together a bit. And breathing. Hands come to the sides, then arms come wide. Left arm comes round, twisting round with the right arm back behind. Left arm coming towards the front foot. And then that front arm comes up, back arm comes back behind the waist. Reach up with those fingers. Feel the distance from the foot below all the way up to the fingers. As you press into the back of the waist, answer that press with a tightening in of the belly button and those muscles there. Now top arm comes down, hand comes towards or onto the shoulder, and the back arm maybe sidles up a little bit on the back, and the fingers wave to each other. A little stretch through the shoulders here. Then bring the hands down, hold the chi ball in front of you, right hand on top, left hand on the bottom. Bring the weight forward into the front foot, lift the left foot and bring it perpendicular so that it's pointing forward. Come around on the heel of the back foot, carry the chi ball over to the left and back to center, and bring everything down. And we'll do it on the other side, weight on the right foot. Left foot steps out, perpendicular. Shift on the left foot, on the toes.
On the right foot.
On the right foot, yeah, you're right. Thank you. And then coming back, opening into peaceful warrior. Shoulder blades squeeze together. And relaxing down through the face. Letting the heart be open and the feet be open to the earth. Then bring the hands straight out in front and go back to the back foot, forward to front foot a few times. Bringing weight into both feet, arms come wide. The right arm now is going to come around towards the left foot. Both arms are parallel to the earth. Front arm reaches up, back hand comes behind the waist. Feel that long length from the back foot all the way up through the fingers, and cinch in around the belly button to answer that weight of the hand on the back of the waist. Reaching up to sky, surrendering down through the feet into earth. Then bring the top hand down to the shoulder, bottom hand just yearns up a little bit, fingers waving at each other. Release, hands come down to the sides. Then hold a chi ball with the left hand on top and the right hand on the bottom. Bring the weight into the front foot, lift the back foot, and bring the toes towards the front of the space back where they were before, swiveling around on the back heel, bringing the chi ball over towards the right a bit, back to center, and foot comes back and down. Now let's come down to earth. And we're going to lay prone, to lie prone on the mat. Invitation to be completely prone, with cheek down on the back of the hands, or however is comfortable to you. Or you could be in Sphinx pose if you like. Our poet Nancy Paddock says, lie down with your belly to the ground, like an old dog in the sun. Smell the greenness of the clover leaf. Feel the damp earth through your clothes. Let an ant wander the uncharted territory of your skin. Lie down with your belly to the ground. Melt into the earth's contours like a harmless snake. Let your mind resolve itself in a tangle of grass. And then if you're not in Sphinx, let's be in Sphinx for a moment. Wiggle the hips around, pull back through hands and elbows. Feel that forward motion from the bottom of the ribs up, and just the natural curves of the back with eyes down towards the front of the mat. Then sliding the hands back underneath the shoulders, elbows bent along the body. Tops of the feet press into the mat, engage through the legs and the hips. And then lifting with head and shoulders, muscles of the back for 3, 2, and 1. Stay up with the head and shoulders as arms come out, fingers going towards the back, hands out, thumbs up. As if you were a whole arc of geese flying through the sky. And bring it down. Now bring the right arm across parallel underneath the shoulders. And bend the left leg. Bring the hands back. You might just yearn back with your fingers, catch some clothing or ankle or foot. If you have ankle or foot, press into the hand. Feel the length from the hip through the knee, maybe a little lift through the knee. Just basically in whatever way works for you, opening this side of the body in the front. And then letting that leg come down. Other arm comes across under the shoulders. Left arm, right leg bends. Fingers yearn back. Perhaps they catch something. Stretching from hip down through knee and up through that front side of the body. Releasing that, let the lower ribs come down. Fingers point back, both knees bend, and they might just yearn back, reaching back with fingers maybe not even touching the feet, or perhaps parts of clothing. Perhaps you can take feet or ankles, press into hands. Shoulder blades come together, opening through the front of the body and releasing. Bring the head down so the cheek can rest once again on the backs of the hands. Lie down with your belly to the ground, flat out on ground level. Prostrate yourself before the soil you will someday enter. This is not dying, but the way to live in a world of change and gravity. Let go. Let your burdens drop. Lie down with your belly to the ground, and then rise up with the earth still in you. No matter how high you fly over the earth, carry a little bit of earth in you. And then pushing up, let's do a few cat-cows here. We've just done the bow, so a little bit of emphasis on arching up with those muscles on either side of the waist. And a little cow in between. Good to do a little bit of counter spine manipulation here as you bend the spine the other way. One last time. Make sure your hands are right under your shoulders. Fingers are wide, middle finger is forward. And bring one leg up into a hydrant. Lifting that bent knee up to the side. One more time. Then raising that knee, bringing it towards the elbow. Straight back, lengthening that leg back, then crossing over the other toe, although you're well back behind it, and the eyes go back around to gaze at that toe, opening along the side of the body. Come back, gaze goes down towards the mat as the knee comes up towards the elbow, reaches back over and gaze back. One more time. Coming back through center. Other knee comes up into hydrant. Up and down. Strengthening those muscles on the sides of the hip that are very important in our balancing. And then letting the knee come up towards the elbow, reach back long, across, and gaze turns back. Bring the gaze back to the mat as knee comes towards the elbow. Reaches back, opening along the side of the body. One more time. And let's come into puppy. So hands come wide on the mat. Knees are a little wide if you would like. Hips come up and chest comes towards the mat. Nice stretch. Feeling that stretch back through the arms, under the armpits, back through the spine to the sacrum. Then sliding the hands back and come onto the knees. Knees should be under the hips now as we come up onto our knees. Arms come up overhead. Then bring the hands back behind, and you can have palms backward there, or you can have the tips of the fingers together behind the back. And we're going over to the side a little bit, center, side, back and forth. Coming back through center, a little twist. Bringing the shoulders around. Nice anchor with the hands there behind the upper hips, upper pelvic bowl. Keeps a nice anchor. And come back through center. Now bring one leg out to the side and turn. And it could be diagonal or right out to the side, depending on the range of motion in your hip, always respecting that. Coming down over that leg just a little bit. Then take that leg and bring the foot forward as if you're coming into a knee down lunge. Hands come on either side, or my fingers come on either side, and then tuck the toes in the back, push back through the heel. So you're in a long, low lunge. Coming back and forth here. Bringing the heel forward and back. Giving some extra oxygen and lymph movement to the calf. Then bring that back knee down, roll over the front heel, hands come back around the knee area, gaze goes forward, and chest is going towards the toe, more or less, and a little bow towards earth. Knee is soft here. Hands come forward around the front foot. Once again, long, low lunge. Back and forth with the heel and the calf. And back knee down, roll over. Straight, come out forward with gaze and chin, and then bow to the earth. And bring that knee back in and come back to puppy. Slide hands back, coming up on knees that are right under the hips. Arms come up, overhead, and then down, coming together behind the back, and going side to side. A little bit of anchoring through the belly muscles, feeling the opening laterally, coming back through center and twisting, particularly through the shoulders and the upper spine, letting the chin come around to the shoulder. Then coming through center, bring the weight into the other knee and bring the leg you didn't have out before out to the side. Find your range of motion here. How much does that leg come diagonally or maybe at a right angle to the front of the body? And then coming down. Engaging that is important for the health of the hip. Keeping the knee soft. Then bringing that leg, after you come up, bringing the leg forward, planting it, bringing the hands around that foot, and coming back and forth on tucked toes. Just let your mind float down and be inside that calf muscle, the connective tissue there, hydrating, warming. And bring back knee down, roll over the front heel. Hands come back, gaze forward of the mat, and bow down to earth. Knee bends, hands come forward, back into long, low lunge. Knee down, roll back, and bow. And bring that knee back in under and let the hips come down on one side. Bring the feet around. Feet are wide on the mat. Hands back behind. Heels of the hand giving good support up through the shoulders so that the hips and legs just go back and forth, opening up gently through the hips. Going there. Me too. And then bringing one arm up over the side so it goes back towards the corner. Enjoying the momentum of that movement, feeling it all the way through the body, arm down to the glutes, into the pelvic floor and down the leg. And next time, just letting the whole body come down onto the earth in a full body twist. Surrendering to gravity. Pushing up, coming across and around to the other side. Collecting a little bit of earth to take with you. And coming up through center, we're going to come into dandasana with the legs straight out in front of you. Ankles are flexed, toes are up towards the ceiling. Feel the sits bones underneath you, the length of the spine and its natural curves. up behind the waist, the neck, up through the crown. Rosemerry Wahtola Trommer writes, "Today, for a time, I am more red rock cliff than river. I sit and do not do. Perhaps some part of me crumbles. I do not resist the crumbling. I do not resist stillness. I'm weary of resisting. So weary that today I promised myself I would make time for nothingness." Bring our arms up overhead. So today I cliff, I rock wall, I sandstone. And your next line is, I canyon. So how do we canyon? I'm imagining a canyon between the abdominal muscles and the quad muscles as we come into what we call upboat, coming back on the soft tissue behind the sitting bones, raising the feet, hands perhaps giving support to the thighs, strong through these muscles in the abdomen and strong through the quad muscles in the front of the thighs. Hands might come out to the side. I canyon, I sit still and undo and meet the great nothing that holds up everything. And releasing down, crossing the legs, crisscross applesauce, and then raising hips, let the hands come forward, uncross the ankles, and lift up through the hips. Walk the hands back. Feet come under hips, hands come to the shins, and take a nice stretch there. And once more, bringing the belly down to the thighs, arms come wide, gaze forward as you rise up. Now we'll bring our hands back behind the pelvic bowl, heels of the hands on the top of the bones there, and fingers down. Squeeze the glutes together as you open from pubic bone up through collarbone, and the shoulder blades squeeze together. Then knees bend, arms cross in front, reach up, and palms are forward as you fountain out and around, and relaxing down through fingers and the bottom of the feet. Then hips come out towards the back, and arms come forward, palms towards each other in a chair pose. Hands come down, back behind, backward bend. Knees bend, arms cross, fountain up. Let your water just drip down. Hips come out to the back, palms towards each other forward. Let the feeling be of the weight down in the feet and receiving the solidity of the earth coming back up at you. And one last time, rising up, backward bend, glutes well engaged, shoulder blades together. Knees bend, fountain. And let's do fountain one more time. Arms forward, hips back, into chair. And let the arms come down and knees straighten. And we're going to come into a balance. And this is the Shiva dance. So feet are just slightly more than hip width apart, and the arms dance. So the top hand becomes like a parasol up at the top, and the bottom hand comes down, palm towards the earth. Maybe the fingers rise a little bit down there. Just make it your dance, however it works for you. And then we can bring the weight into one foot and keep the toe on the earth, or that knee might come up and down with the movement of the hands. Another option is to bend the knee a bit and cross the toe over, and the toe might be on the mat there, or bring the, make your leg into a figure 4 leg, ankle coming up above the knee and that other knee bent. So find your kind of Shiva dance here. Shiva is the god of destruction, but destroying to recreate, to transform the universe. And gradually coming out of that, bringing the weight into the other foot and finding what form of Shiva dance you would like to dance. Strong through the muscles on the side of the hip and letting that foundation foot root down. Shiva is destroying ignorance, evil, and ego delusion. And bring it back. Now bring your weight into that first foot that had the weight and bring the other foot back behind as if you're coming into a curtsy with a little bend in that front knee. The arm of the front foot comes up to the hip and the arm of the back foot rises up, reaches up, and asks the body to open on that side. Bring it back, feet come both down, other hand comes up on the hip, and the other foot comes behind, arm reaches up and over. Just letting the body settle into that position a bit. Shoulder blades can rest down the back a bit, although they're both in a different position here. Back onto both feet, foot behind. Other side. One more time on each side. And come back through center. We're going to come into a warrior 2 here. So one foot comes forward, toes are forward, and the other foot back behind that, with the heel coming about into the arch as if it would come into the arch of the other foot. But if that's hard on the hip, bring that back foot forward a little bit. Make it fit the body and its needs, finding the stance wide or narrow that is good for you, and just taking a moment to feel the feet, feel that bubbling spring, that point under the balls in the middle of the feet, a place where earth energy is supposed to be able to just bubble up inside us. And feeling that energy coming up through the legs, up through belly and back muscles. Then let the top of the body be light as the arms reach out. Flip the palms, let the shoulder blades come down and flip them back. Gazing out over the fingers from back behind the eyes. Being your very own kind of warrior in the world. Front arm bends, comes down onto the thigh, maybe closer to the knee, maybe closer to the hip. Other arm could come back behind the waist for good support and strong belly. It might come up, it might come over. So again, finding just the place that's right for you. As I watch the deer out the window, just chowing down on leaves of my garden, and then reaching up, bringing our gaze up to the sky. Not everything in the relative world needs to worry us. And then once again, coming into side angle, your version. Sweeping back with the other arm, reaching up towards the sky. And coming back through warrior two, relaxing down through shoulders, shoulder blades, feeling that relaxation coming down through the belly, the legs, and into the bottom of the feet. Bring the hands to the hips, turn that front foot and heel toe the feet back together for a moment. One hand to heart and one hand to belly. Coming into the calm of the breath, the beat of the heart. And then we'll find warrior two legs and posture on the other side. Rooting down, maybe a little bounce to root down. Feeling that energy of earth coming up through the bubbling spring on each foot. Bringing energy up through the legs into the pelvic bowl. And then let the hands remind you as they rise the lightness that the bottom of the body enables in the top of the body. Flip the palms, bring them back. And gaze from behind the eyes. Entering in once again to whatever intention you have in your heart. Bending the front arm, coming up and over or coming behind with the hand. Sometimes coming behind with the hand and just tightening the muscles a little bit there, a moment, reminds those abdominal muscles to kick in, even if the arm comes up and over. Feel the feet, maybe the feet press away from each other a little bit here. Then bringing that upper arm back, hand to the thigh, or behind the waist again, and reaching up. Relaxing down through the shoulder blades, down into the feet. And coming back into side angle. Sweeping back, sky gazing warrior. And back through warrior two. Bring the hands to the hips, turn that foot in, the front foot in, and come together a little bit. We're going to turn into retreating warrior. So bring the weight into what was the back foot of your warrior two, and turn the front, what was your front foot, so that you're on the heel and the toes are up. Arms come out straight to the sides, then palms go towards the wall on each side, and back hand reaches up a bit, front hand reaches down, retreating warrior. The gaze down towards the earth. And release, bring that foot back. And what was the front foot becomes the back foot. And other foot comes out to the side on the heel. A little bend in that foundation leg. Arms come out to the side, reach out through the fingers, then reach out through the palms, taking a moment to feel any tingling that's coming through hands and arms. Then bringing a diagonal posture into the arm line, gazing down towards the earth. Humble, willing to cooperate. And coming back up, hands come to the hips and draw that foot in. Let's bring our weight to one foot, and the other foot comes forward with its toes a little bit towards the corner, beginning to go back and forth. Just a calming, rocking motion, back and forth. Then letting the hands skim the surface of the pond as you come forward. Palms come up, fingers slightly curved, back to the belly and around and out as you rock back and forth. So hands come back to the body, weight is in the back foot, and forward. Perhaps you let yourself imagine one of your favorite places in nature, some water collection or stream of water that's special to you. Perhaps you can feel the flow and pattern of the water. One more time. Bring the foot back. Other foot comes forward, beginning that rocking motion, weight going from one to the other, about 70% each way. And then letting the hands join in. Feeling the easy cooperation between hands and feet, arms and legs, brain, cells and muscles, all of the miracles of all the molecules of our body as they join in with the molecules of the earth. One last time. In our last few moments together here, we're going to become mushrooms. Sylvia Plath has given us a wonderful mushrooms poem. You might be a mushroom that is on the side of a tree and you lie down on your side. Or you might be a little mushroom with a narrow stem and a brown cap standing up. Or you might squat and be a squatting mushroom. So again, choose your version of mushroom, make up whatever comes to your mind, or relax down as you choose. Overnight, very whitely, discreetly, very quietly, our toes, our noses, take hold on the loam, acquire the air. Soft fists insist on heaving the needles and the leafy budding, even the paving. Earless and eyeless, perfectly voiceless, we widen the crannies, shoulder through holes. We diet on water, asking little or nothing. So many of us, so many of us. We shall by morning inherit the earth, our foot's in the door. Let's all come down to a lying position for these last few minutes of class. Letting skull, the shoulder blades, arms, hips sink down into the earth. Bring your knees bent with soles of feet on the floor. And bring a figure four leg up on one side. Allow the other sole of the foot to stay down and bring the palm of the figure four leg against the inner thigh of that figure four leg, pressing gently. And allow that to help a release down through the knee, into the hip, and into the belly. Letting the psoas, a muscle that goes from the upper thigh bone to the lumbar spine, relax and let go of emotions that it holds. Relaxing up through the ribs, up into the neck, the inner ear, the temple, and the eyebrow, the eyelid, the inner corner of the eye, the globe of the eye, even softening back into the middle of the brain. Release and unwind on that leg. Let the other leg become the figure 4 leg, bringing the gentle pressure of the palm of that inner thigh against it. Relaxing through the jaw, which helps to relax you in the thigh, in the ankle and foot, and down through the hip. Profound letting go in the muscles of the inner abdomen. Up through the inner organs, neck, the inner ear, temple on that side, and that eyebrow, that eyelid, that inner eye, the globe of the eye, and back into the brain. Release and unwind. Invitation to stay there and relax. If you're coming back into your day, joining our palms together in Namaste. And just a deep wish for all of us to carry some of the earth with us wherever we go. Namaste. The earth will be there waiting for us. So I will be gone for 3 weeks. Let me stop the recording here.